Hello and good evening, dear viewers, and welcome to this special edition of our program, My Home Show. Last weekend, the Catholic Church in Rwanda joyfully celebrated 125 years of evangelization. This is just 125 years of grace, of mission, of sacrifice, and of God's blessings upon our nation, our country, Rwanda. This Jubilee has reminded us that the seed of faith planted in 1899 has grown into a vibrant church, one that continues to shape our families, our values, and our journey as a country. It is truly a moment to look back with gratitude and forward with hope. Tonight, we take time to continue the celebration. We reflect not only on the beauty of the Jubilee event itself, but also on its deeper meaning for us as Catholics. What has God done for us over this 125 years? What blessings have we received as a church and as people? And what mission lies ahead for the next generation of Catholics in Rwanda? To help us unpack these reflections, I'm honored tonight to host one committed member of the Catholic laity who witnessed the celebration and bring us his insight, his faith, and his experience. That is the one and only Valens Rukesha. Valens Rukesha, how are you?
Good evening, sir. How are you?
I'm very fine.
Very good to be here. Thank you for welcoming me.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you. So as usual, the host is Feriashti, and I hope you are going to enjoy our tonight's conversation. But before we move on, I want to remind you that, especially for those who are new and are watching PACIS TV via YouTube, our channel PACIS TV Catholic Church Rwanda, please remember to subscribe so that you can become one family. You become one member of PACIS TV family. Before we get into our conversation, I would like to ask you, which part were you sitting during the celebration? A Saturday?
Yeah, so
in the VVIPs?
No, I'm not a VIP, so I'm just a normal Christian. So yeah, so I was sitting in normal places. So you know, in the stadium there is the down place, then there is an upper place, but you know, the common place. So I was in the common, among the common Christians that were present.
I like that.
So,
yeah. So actually, you also give me the answer for the other question I was going to ask. Actually, during the celebration, I can say that very well, 3 different categories. The first one was just the organizing team. And the other one was just the Catholics who said, I want to be there. I will be there at the stadium, Amaro Stadium, to celebrate. The other category was just those invitees, the VIPs. I saw the high officials from the government high officials. So you, according to what you said, actually, automatically, one can know exactly which category you were part of. So thanks so much for accepting our invitation. It was on short notice, by the way. Thanks so much.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
You're welcome.
and you had to make a serious decision to leave the other function in which, and I hope you also had some responsibilities for the event, right?
but you know, in this life, someone has to, you know, we have to make choices because there's a lot happening. So we need to make, you know, decisions that lead us to maybe focusing on what is the essential. So when you spoke to me this morning, and I know there was an event that would be going on at the same time, my first reaction was to maybe, you know, hesitate or say no. But when I gave it a second thought, I thought maybe this is also an opportunity for me to participate in building the church, because much as I belong to to this country and my employment and building the country in general, I also have the other arm of building the church because of that sense of belonging to the church. So I participated in my way where I have been in the event, but also had to come here and participate in this way.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, may God bless you.
Thank you. Bless
For
you
making the right decision.
Yes.
I remember one day there is a person, is a friend of mine. Actually, one day he was appointed to a role, a public servant role, and he was also, at the same time, he was also a pastor. Then I remember journalists asked him that now you are the official and you are a pastor, and then what will happen when you have to wait to loads of responsibilities or priorities? He simply said the choice is very clear. I would choose God first. God comes first always. Yeah. So
Yes.
thanks so much for choosing PACIS TV, but choosing, of course, serving the people of
indeed.
God.
Yeah.
So how did you personally experience the Jubilee celebration last weekend?
Yes, so first maybe to mention, it was my first time to sit in the new stadium.
Wow.
So it was one way is that it was quite exciting for me. So
And the Prime Minister was sitting just next to you, right?
Not next to me, but I was seeing him.
Yeah.
I was seeing him where I was sitting. And the first thing that was exciting is the way everything was organized. So there was enough security. People were sitting, peacefully. So by the time I entered, it was just, a few minutes before the mass began. There was some kind of testimony. I think this was to do with Rugamba Sprian and the process of, about his life and the process of canonization and all that. So there was that, and then later there was also some kind of documentary about the history of the church. I think from the time of the missionaries, the White Fathers came to Rwanda up to date, and the events that unfolded, around that time. So. The other fascinating thing is, as you go to a place and people are attracted by God and they are sitting together in thousands, because the stadium was almost full. There were a few spots, and the other spots were really full. Yeah. And then I saw the way the protocol was organized. So I can see, and also the decoration, so I can say that everything was very well organized. So that was my first impression. But for me also, I think there's no more beautiful place to be, like than being in church. Because normally we know that in a place where people are gathered in prayer, there is peace. So you have peace of heart and peace of mind, and that is beautiful for me. Yeah.
Wow. Do you know the owner of this documentary? The one who enjoyed.
I think it is PACIS.
Oh, of course, yes, this PACIS. It is a PACIS product.
PACIS,
yeah,
yes.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Can we say that this organization, how the events were well organized, and those protocol and everything, how well that was organized? Can we say that these are just the fruits of the Jubilee, or we will come back to that later?
I think they are the fruits.
They are the fruits, huh?
Yes.
All right. Now, at which time you entered the stadium? Because if I remember well, the program this type, this category was supposed to enter the stadium at this time, the other category, the other category. At which time you entered the stadium?
Well, I think I did not pay attention to the categories in the first place. I read, because I lead a BCC at St. Michael Cathedral, so in the English community, Christ the King community, and I had all the information of what was going on, including the communique, so the announcements made and everything. But I did not have time to really concentrate on the car. I read a little bit of how the entrance would be, how the parkings would be. So I was in my car with some other people, and they were continuing towards Nyabugogo. So the first challenge was to get where to park, because I was not very sure where I was going to park, even forgetting out, because some roads were closed.
Especially surrounding the stadium. It took
me a few minutes, but I entered by, I think, 9:30, 9:20 something. So I remember by the time I reached the stadium, just entering through the gate, it was around 9:20.
Wow, at least what I wanted to know is that you at least you witnessed that very beautiful procession of the clergy.
Of course.
Wow.
Of course.
So
of course. And also to mention, by the time I entered, there were already very many people. So I don't know how that happened. Some part, like at my where I was sitting, I think my left hand side, there were very many people already. Almost, those fully, and that is also something that touched me, because I thought I was one of the early birds, I would say.
Yes.
But when I reached there already, thousands of people were already in the stadium. So that kind of commitment and organization is quite impressive.
Wow. So let's come back to that very specific moment that touched you, and you will still always remember in your life. What moment touched you the most during the 125th Jubilee event, and why?
So for me, the liturgy itself was very good. So normally for me, when I have a vibrant liturgy, with good songs and everyone is participating, and also we have these young kids that were dancing. I noticed that there was a group that was dancing in front of the altar, but there were also other groups in other places. So in the front side seats, there were also groups wearing white that were dancing. And I think the choir that chose the songs to be sung in the mass were cognizant that there are people from various places, and they also sang old songs, songs that I had spent a while without listening to the Rwanda songs. So that choice of the songs I think was also impressive. But the other thing is that when you look at the procession, you just alluded to the procession itself. So when you look at the procession, it was really good. So when you look at the bishops that were there, I think there were close to 20. I didn't really count one by one, but when I just looked at them, I think there were around 20 from various countries, with the cardinal. And when we look at the priests that were present, there were spots for nuns, sort of the religious sisters. It was very impressive. And then the way everything was decorated. So I looked at the way, I think that was really smart. The way of decorating the place where the altar was, I think the decoration was very good. But also the way the stadium is designed, and the decoration of white,
the
yellow and blue. That was impressive. And then every time highlighting 125 years, 2025 years. So it was good. I mean, I was in a place, you know, I felt most, you know, I would say happy.
Happy?
Yeah, the happiest at that moment.
All right. So as a member of Catholic laity, what does this Jubilee mean to you on a personal level?
Well, on a personal level, for me, even when I started following the program that the church in Rwanda had for the Jubilee, for me, it's just, you know, looking back. And looking at the history, how the church began, you know, that history, and what developments have been made. What have been the developments in the life of the church? Now, looking at that, for me, I look at what might have been negative or displeasing, if I could say, but also what one can rejoice about. One thing that comes to my mind is that we had challenges around you know, in '94. So during the genocide, and I recalled back when I was at the university, at the National University of Rwanda. I spoke with some people who could not go to church, who could not enter a church building. So, but some of them, in fact, most of them, by the time I left, they had started, you know, going for mass and for these other spiritual exercises. But that is something that surprised me, because I had deep conversations with some of them, and they would tell me, I cannot go back to church because this and this happened in the church. And there were killings, you know, in or around the church. So, but when you look at the way it is now, the church, of course, together with the government, I believe that the church has done a very great job, but anyway, I can say that it's really God that has done it. Because when you look at the way people have found solace, found peace in church, in going for church activities, in going for sacraments, in going for mass, you see that it's a miracle that God has performed during this time. But the other thing that I should mention is that as we see technology taking us up, I think the church has also you know, coped with so
was
the
not left behind.
It was not left behind. One thing is, we can give the example of PACIS TV. One time I was praying because there are TVs that were not interesting for me, and I was praying that I wish the church could also, you know, start a TV project. Then, and
that was also another fruit that we should be proud of.
Yes, indeed. But also when you look at the advancement of music, especially, you know, there are sometimes there are good things that we see in things that we would say are bad. Like during the time of the COVID-19, there was a lot of skill and talent, you know, manifested in music. In music, so and many songs were composed and all that. So the other thing is, and as you have also heard, that we have had the cardinal in Rwanda for the first time. So it's good for the church, but also when you look at all these things and where we are heading, although there is a lot, you know, I would say a lot of challenges in the life that we live today, I think the church has stood firm. Which I think is something that we should thank God for, that we still have the faith. We can still have this faith in actions. We can still, you know, be happy with what the church is doing in various sectors in the country's life, be it education, be it health, be it various sectors of the country's life. So that itself is, you know, bringing life in fullness to the people, to the people that the church is called to serve. So that is what I look at, and I think even in terms of that, in terms of the development of the total human person and the humankind, I think the church is doing a great job, which we should be happy with. Yeah.
Wow. So I've got a stupid question.
Maybe it's not stupid. You never know. It may not be stupid. I'm very curious to hear that question.
Yeah, I want actually to know. Was Valence born a Catholic or converted at some point?
No, I was born a Catholic.
Catholic?
Yes.
You know what? Actually,
I was born a Catholic from born of two, you know, father and mother who were maybe staunch Catholics. I don't believe that I will ever be as Catholic as my mother.
All right. Yeah.
Because I think she's much more staunch than I am in terms of well, no, not maybe staunch, but practicing the Catholic faith.
That is another fruit to celebrate, right?
Yeah.
The reason why I wanted to know this, actually, seeing you the way you are confidently and joyfully talking about this, the event, the Catholic Church event, I can say that if Catholic Church was a company, I was going to say that Catholic Church is just lucky, is blessed to have you on board. But in the Catholic Church context, or as a believer, I can say that we are lucky to have you around us, because you are inspiring, you are actually a living disciple. Because you are just, the way you are talking and convinced and confident and joyful, it shows something, there is something behind that. So, what I want to bring, and for you to help us to understand, is what does it mean for the church in Rwanda to have reached 125 years of evangelization?
What it means for the church? Well, as a layperson, maybe I'm not very deep into such analysis of such topics. But for me, what it means, you know, 125 years is many years. It means many years. So, if someone begins something, and it survives I would say, the winds and the storms of this life for 125 years. And that thing is still alive and active and changing lives of people. Because this is what, for me, I would give as a perspective of the church. It's something to celebrate. Because that period is already full of memories. Some of them may be negative, or maybe challenging, but normally, because the church, the life of the church is still vivid, is something that we can still see in the lives of people. It means a lot. So what does that mean? For me, it means that if the church has been there for 125 years, for me it means that there is hope that the church will continue to be. And maybe even, you know, with more blessings and more works in the lives of people. So for me, counting on the experience with well, I'm a lawyer, so most of the time
by profession.
Yes, by profession.
Yeah.
So most of the time I also talk of evidence. So it is evident that if someone has started something, so Christ has started through the missionaries something in Rwanda as the church. There might be storms, there might be, you know, anything. But the fact that this thing has been there for 125 years is, you know, gives the hope that it will continue to be there. Of course, God will continue acting, but also through us. So it is also incumbent upon us to continue to build it. There's a foundation, there's a life that has been lived, but what is our role to ensure that in terms of there is this Christian event that happened, and it continues to happen in the lives of people. So what do we do to sustain that? What is our role? It may not be necessarily the role of the priests only and bishops and the pope. So what do we do as the laity to continue this work that was begun around that time? So for me, those memories give a reflection, I would say, or an assurance that this thing will continue to be. Yeah. Wow.
So why do you think that, is this Jubilee considered a time of blessings, or let's say just divine gifts for us as Catholics?
Yes, indeed, indeed. Because let's say if the church were a company, because you are the one who started that, so I'll continue maybe bringing that analogy. So if the church where the Catholic Church were a company, that maybe has been started by people. When you start a company, and well, let me not give you the example directly to you. When I start a company and I die, there are possibilities that that company will also die with me. Yeah. But if you start something and it continues to be there,
total sustainability.
There is total sustainability. Then there is always something behind that. There is a power behind that. So this Jubilee for me is another opportunity for the church to say, we have been there for 125 years and we are celebrating this. What do we celebrate? So looking back in terms of history, what do we celebrate? What has God done in terms of the blessings that we have? If we have peace in this country, if we have activities that help to improve the lives of people in terms of education, in terms of health, in terms of projects that help people, in terms even of reconciliation, in terms of peace, in terms of unity, in all those aspects. So it is indeed a source of blessings, and these blessings we believe, I personally believe that the blessings will continue to come. But for me, that also, I think, depends on the people and how the quality of life we live as Christians. Because, it's not only about the number. It's about the quality of Christians that are in the church. Yeah?
Very important.
The quality.
Yeah,
because the quality of Christians, maybe to unpack that also. For me, what I believe is that if I'm a Christian, I should have a personal relationship with God, with Jesus for this matter. And if I have a personal relationship with Jesus, it's not something that I will do maybe only by reading the Bible, only by going for mass, only by going for sacraments, only by belonging to a lay Catholic movement or to a choir or to anything else. It really means that wherever I am, if someone looks at me, the way I speak, the way I do my job, the way I interact with people, the way I mingle with, wherever I am, someone should see that there is an event, there is something that is, that is special in my life, something special that maybe is different from someone else that has never tasted Christian life. So I think this Jubilee, for us, it should be a source of blessing. I would say a manifestation that we have blessings, that God has blessed us with a gift of Christianity, which will sustain us, I would say, until Jesus Christ comes back. Yeah.
Wow. Another stupid question. When we say...
but why do you call them stupid?
Because it is not relevant.
Why do you qualify them as stupid?
Yeah, because it is not relevant.
Okay, let me listen to it and hear. It might be one of the wisest questions.
Okay, thank you. When we say, or when you hear just a simple word, milk, what comes to your mind?
Milk?
Yeah, milk.
A good drink.
Yeah, or white color.
Well, okay, white color, yes. A lot can come to my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a good drink indeed.
Sure.
Yeah.
But don't take it seriously. What I want to tell you is that for me, also when I hear a lawyer, what comes first in my mind is history. They are friends of history. Am I right?
Lawyers.
You're good in they are good in history. Is that correct?
I'm not very sure. I'm not very sure. Well, yes, I studied history. I love reading history books, although, you know, time can be a challenge to read nowadays, that I'm also, you know, aging and also having responsibilities, but I love history. And I think when you say history also, we know we have what we call the history of law. Yeah. History of law. So, well, history is good. History is good, although one cannot continue focusing on the history or alone.
Rather than the fact
to live the present and then also focus on the future. But history is very important.
Wow. Actually, thank you so much, because this confirms that I'm sitting with the right person.
Okay.
And that's why I'm going to ask you now another serious question.
Serious?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, looking back, what key milestones or contributions stand out in the history of the Catholic Church in Rwanda?
Milestones?
Yeah.
Well, to the best of my knowledge, one milestone, which I think is dated from, as I earlier said, from the history of the genocide. One milestone is the unity and rebuilding process, the rebuilding process of the Catholic believers. Yeah, so the Catholic Christians. So that is one milestone, because a lot has been done from even the time, because I was not in this country at that time. So from the time I have been watching the process, I have been following this on a personal level. So I have seen that there is a lot that has happened in terms of reconciliation, in terms of peace building, and even justice. So that's number one. Number two, when I look at what the church has done in terms of improving the lives of people, they are, and even they spoke about it during the celebration. Is the role that has been played in the health sector, education sector, but also in any other sectors that you can mention. But I want to emphasize those two sectors. First, in terms of education, when you go to the education sector, you go to nursery, you go to primary, you go to secondary, you go to university, you'll find that the role of the church is quite significant. And it is, I think, common belief that these private schools, including private universities, well, I don't have very good, visibility there in terms of the universities, on how the universities perform or how they fare compared to the other universities, the government university or colleges and the other universities. But when you go to nursery, primary, and secondary, the Catholic Church has kept its quality in terms of education. Now, this is something I think that is common knowledge around. So that is a milestone, because the number of schools has gradually but also drastically increased. Yeah. So when you talk of Kigali alone, you can number how many schools we have that are either are founded and managed by priests or nuns or religious brothers. So that's the second thing. The third thing is in terms of the quality, I would say, of Christians, but also linking it to what we would call ecumenism. There are times, I don't know, well, I'm not very sure how it is exactly today, but from my own experience and what I have been speaking with priests and other Christians, the level of unity of the Catholic Church with other churches has also been very, very, very significant. So today you would find a Christian from another church wedding in a Catholic church with a Catholic Christian, which that is something that is a milestone, because it brings unity, between those couples that have in the first place loved each other. They see each other as a gift to one being a gift to each other, and they can live together in peace and harmony regardless of whether they belong to the same religion or not. And we have seen also these other ecumenical, I would say, gatherings and so it's very, very, very common that if I have events, I will invite any person from any religion or any I would say Christian denomination or something. So that is also a milestone in my understanding. So there are also other projects that improve the lives of the people in terms of NGOs. I don't know how Caritas was in the past, but now I think it is very active. And there are similar NGOs and other projects that are geared or that are aimed at improving the lives of people and trying to elaborate this abject poverty among Christians. And I think this is also one of the things that the church has tried to do, which has impacted on the lives of the people. Then in terms of lastly, in terms of celebration, in terms of the liturgy, in terms of the practice of the Catholic faith, I think the church has now been more accommodative in terms of culture, in terms of social, cohesion, in terms of when you go for we used to have these Gregorian chants. In the liturgy we used to have
and it is said that Jesus were against that. Is that correct?
Yes, because when you talk about the youth or the young people, they are energetic. They have, I would say, warm blood, and they are also looking at what is coming up in the society. So they want to live the society, including practicing their faith in the new way of life. So instead of singing when someone is standing and like this, and there is no life apparently, as the youth would say, when now you're lively and you move your body a little bit, someone will be happy. And of course it is I think it is also it doesn't cause any harm. So it's also something that I think has been good in the church, and of course in terms of music, music generally has been improved.
All right.
Yeah.
I love so much these examples you just shared. The schools, the NGOs. Here in Rwanda, when we talk about NGO, we immediately think about health, agriculture, education. So now to be more specific, I want you to help us also to understand about how the Catholic Church in Rwanda, of course, has shaped Rwandan society, especially in education, health, and peace building.
Education, health, and peace building.
I think recently His Holiness Pope made a call to Rwandan society, especially to Catholics, to continue build that reconciliation, to promote reconciliation. He didn't say please, as if he was calling us for starting or kind of put more energy, but his message sounded like where you are so far, it is fine, but please continue or continue to promote the reconciliation, which means that there are a lot that has been done so far. Yes,
indeed. So maybe let me go back to what I already said a lot on education. So impact on the society, on the Rwandan society, on the Rwandan community. So education goes with the education. It goes with I would say, imparting knowledge in the we say minds of the people, but also working on the character and personalities of people. So discipline, moral values, ethical, values and all that. So if you provide education today and you lead to the production of 1,000 people in this country with a full person in terms of education. So someone that has the science but also has conscience. Yeah? That is the person that will be playing a role in the life of the country. These can be ministers, they can be heads of institutions, they can be doctors, they can be nurses, they can be lawyers, they can be teachers, they can be they can do anything, engineers. So they of course, if I graduate from a university or a college, the next thing is that I will get a job, and when I get a job, I will contribute to the construction of the country and the church. Eventually. So that's number one in terms of impact. So improving the lives of the people by trying to abolish or to eradicate completely ignorance. So that's the part of education. Because ignorance can be very dangerous. So number two, in terms of health, a health, there is a saying that a healthy soul should be in a healthy body.
Yeah.
So if you want someone to enjoy evangelization when he's always sick and in pain, it may not work for many. So for the Catholic Church to ensure that even evangelization and practice of faith is successful, contributing to the health standards of the people is key. Yeah. So by building hospitals and health centers and all that. That is a very good contribution, because if I can't go to a government hospital, but I can go to a hospital that was founded by the Catholic Church, maybe if it is the nearest to me, or if it has maybe some services that a government hospital is not able to provide, then I'm a better person. I'm happier. So in that case, there are people that used to die even without testing, without any possibility to have access to health facilities. But when these health facilities are available to the people, that sometimes the government is not capable of establishing hospitals or health centers in maybe at the sector level, in every sector, or at every maybe the lowest administrative level. So if the Catholic Church and any other religions and churches come to that, they provide that kind of synergy and complementarity to the government, which again improves the lives of the people. Then in terms of reconciliation and peace building, again, peace is very, very important. In fact, I think there can rarely be proper and successful evangelization in places where there is lack of peace. Yeah, I think it's generally what we know. So, You know the work that was being done by Father Obert, may his soul rest in peace.
Yeah.
I know, of course, there are many other priests that are doing the same.
Actually, I give Rusizi district as an example, but it is not only in that place, but many places I can use that word to plant.
Indeed.
Yeah, he planted a lot of fruits. So I mean a lot of
but also,
seeds,
he used to
and
have,
we are still receiving and seeing and eyewitnessing the fruits of that seed he planted.
But he used to move even to Kigali, give talks, pray, mass, healing masses and all that. And he left behind the Secret of Peace, the Secret of Peace at Rusizi there. But there are many other priests. And many other, the church generally is doing that. I know there is also the justice and peace.
The commission.
The commission.
That commission, yes, it's actually peace and justice.
Peace and justice. So when you say peace and justice, and it's an initiative of the church, it's something that helps the community, but also the government provides more energy to the government to contribute to peace. And there can never be development of the person or even of a country if the country has no peace. So these initiatives of the church, I believe, even trying to reach out to Christians, who might not be having peace. What we have, I think it is something recent. If we consider the 125 years, the BCC, the basic Christian communities, what we call IMIRY'IGITANGAZAMAKURU. Now, if people meet as neighbors in the neighborhood, or maybe even any other place, but they are neighbors, there is a high possibility that they will get to know each other, be free to each other, to share the life they have in the family. So the church getting closer to the families in that way is very important. It's very important because nowadays I think families also have challenges because of course what we see, the divorces that are happening around. Families have problems. So where the parish priest of a parish cannot reach, where any other priest cannot reach, then there are these BCCs. That means that there are problems regarding peace and maybe insecurity of heart, especially, that will be resolved. So I think that is also a very big contribution to the lives of the people, because basing or with assistance of the Word of God, the Scriptures, so the Bible and the other I would say spiritual books contribute a lot, because sometimes you have an issue with a neighbor or a friend or a brother or a sister, but if you remember that the Bible says make peace, forgive, love each other, and ABCD, and there is evangelization around all of that, because what they do in the BCCs also is sharing the Word of God. So if you're sitting with a brother with whom you have a problem, an issue, and they come and they read somewhere and they say, love each other as Jesus has loved us. If you're going to give an offertory, you better first, and you remember that you have an issue with your brother or sister, first go and sort it. All these things will influence the way people react to situations that would otherwise deprive them of peace. Yeah.
I like so much the way you are answering my questions. Every single answer comes with another additional question. But
how many questions are there? Are they going to be like 100?
No, not really. I'm afraid the time will not allow me to keep asking many questions, but I still have some, like 2 or 3 questions, considering the time we have now. So coming to your personal experience, after celebrating 125 years, what kind of church do you hope to see in the next 20 or even 50 years?
That's a very tricky question. It's a difficult one. It's a difficult one because the church, I don't think, well, maybe if you ask the cardinal or parish priest, maybe they will give a better answer. But for me, it would be a little bit difficult because I think the situations we are living today are more challenging maybe than even in the past. Because, you know, life today seems to be more difficult than in the past. Why? People are now focused on work, trying to make ends meet, trying to survive, trying to cope with the current, you know, difficulties of life. So basically, people are reducing, I think, I don't know whether I'm right, you correct me if I'm wrong, but people apparently are reducing the time they are allocating to God. Yeah? There is a principle that many congregations use about how one can balance life. So they say we have 24 hours. 8 hours for work, 8 hours for rest, and 8 hours for God. So 8 hours for God dedicated for prayer, for almsgiving, for charity, for like deliberately and intentionally saying that these 8 hours are for my Creator. Then for work, to survive, to provide bread for my family, to do ABCD, to participate in the development activities and everything, 8 hours. So if you add up all those, it becomes 24 hours. But today, if you look around, you might realize that we don't deliberately give even 1 hour to God and, should I say, to the church, or to where we belong for our spiritual life. I don't know what is the most driving factor, but I think it's because life has become difficult. It has become competitive. So you have to run very fast with the technology, with the requirements in your employment. If you're working for PACIS TV, there are a lot of programs. So if you're working somewhere else, you want to spend maybe even the whole day, 24 hours in work. So you can get money to do ABCD because the resources are not enough, are no longer enough. So if you ask me, the church I would want to see tomorrow, maybe in the next 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, for me, of course, I would desire a church that is more whose members have a better quality Christians. Yeah, and they can influence the society in terms of ethical conduct, in terms of moral conduct, but also in terms of the development of the humankind in all aspects, but also in accordance, of course, with what we can call the natural law. So what God would commend as good. So I would say a church that changes the society in terms of values, good values that would drive the beauty that we can see, the happiness, the peace. So a church that contributes a lot to peace and harmony in society. So that you say this has been the contribution of the church, not only really for the church that has practices. You know that nowadays I think we are at a good level of evangelization. So at least, you know, like in Rwanda, because you know the Christianity in Rwanda is very high. So at least someone has heard about Jesus Christ and about the gospel. Yeah? About what Jesus preached. At least many people have already, you know, you go for mass maybe at least every Sunday if you are a good Christian. And there are those that go for mass every day. So you have heard the word of God. At least you have heard, you know it, it can come to your mind every day because every day the word of God is read. But how is that put in practice? That's the question. So for me, the church, I would want to see, of course, there are challenges. You know, the devil is also, you know, maybe there
everywhere trying to use all possible channels.
And with agents, and you know, there are various thoughts and you know, challenging, you know, insights. But for me, I would say I would love to see a church that is creating a very powerful impact in the way people are living. So there is peace, there is harmony, there is love, there is care in the lives of the people. So much. By the way, also, the other day I had a conversation with my wife, and she was telling me that in the Eastern Province, and I think Kayonza, and those are some parts in the Eastern Province. Some of these things I don't follow. Sometimes I get lost because I may be being very busy. That there are some mayors. Yeah, sorry to say this around here, that were removed because there are people who, I mean, that's the way maybe the social media has it, that there are people that are starving, and starving to death, and also I think she also talked of some men that are leaving their homes and disappearing.
Yeah. That was reported in many news outlets. It was reported in Dago area.
Yes, because if your son or daughter cries for bread and you can't provide, you are not really a father. All cries for anything or cannot go to school, or when he or she does not have access to health facilities, and there's no mutuelle de santé, there's nothing. That is a very, very and the very worst thing is failing to get what to eat to the point of death or starvation, really. You know, storms may come. There can be, very serious famine or because caused by drought. There is climate change around this time. So, you know, rains and drought. You know, those changes are now very, very evident. Now, we have people. You know, we in societies we always have those who have. And even may have more than enough. Yeah? And then we have those who are starving. In many societies, we have those situations. If I eat today, and the other next day, well, I am saying this because I'm not going to just, not because I want to justify myself, because I'm also, maybe I would also be capable of catering for 1 or 2 or 3 people that would otherwise maybe starve and give them something. But the awareness that those people are there and the plan to do something about it and actually do something, I think that is the duty also of the church. You know, in the past, there were no issues maybe of getting what to eat. But also I know when I was still young, for sure, that sometimes when someone doesn't have something to eat, would go to like a parish, and then the parish priest maybe would provide something. I think they had some money that they would maybe contribute. But I think maybe sorry to call it politics, the politics, or in terms of policies of the leadership of the church, basing on the scripture, on the Bible, should encourage always and emphasize this, that we should encourage those who have to share with those who do not have. If you are in a parish and you are a priest or a lay person, and your neighbor is starving to the point of death, that is not Christianity. So that's what I would look out to. The other second thing, I'm always asking myself, of course there are challenges in marriage, but always asking myself, why would a Christian and a Catholic Christian who has access to advice, who has access to the scripture, who has access to a lot of things, why would we see a lot of divorces? Yeah. Even in Catholic Christian families, or even in other Christian families. When you go to the statistics, they will tell you that there are a lot of divorces around. And divorces between couples affect children. They don't only affect the children who are alive today, it's something generational. Yeah? They will affect those relationships that are cut, will affect even the generations to come.
And the generations, yeah.
So the church that I would look at, and this would be my prayer, is a church that tries everything possible to cater for the most pressing issues in the country. And I think one of them is, very firm families, peaceful families. Yeah, where love and care and harmony is flourishing and sprouting. Then the other thing is, caring for those that we would say are marginalized. Yeah, those that it is it's a challenge when you know that you have not eaten and you're surrounded by people who even have what to throw away, and they are Christians. So what we claim, the Christian event that was born in Rwanda 125 years ago and has been there for all those years, should as we look forward, as we look at the future, we should be able to look at what are the most pressing issues in our communities as the church, and what can we do about it. Not only telling people that, only telling Christians that this daily word of God. No, how can it be put in practice in our daily lives, wherever we are, in all the circumstances and situations and events? I think for me that is that would be the best thing for me. We have, of course, the church has done a lot already in various sectors, but there are still a few gaps here that can be fixed, and may God help us to achieve those as well.
Thank you so much. I've got good news. We've got 2 more additional minutes, but these are not for you. It is actually, let's plan for this remaining time in this way. So I've got one last question. You are going to use less than 1 minute, then the remaining time will be used for as the boss.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Wow. So if you had one blessing or prayer to offer for the church in Rwanda at the 125 years, what would it be?
One blessing or prayer?
Or prayer, yeah. In less than 1 minute.
Well, I think I have spoken about it in my very, very, very previous conversation. But for me, it would be peace and happiness.
Peace and happiness.
Yeah. Yeah. Peace and happiness, because where there is no peace, everything becomes stuck.
Wow.
Development, evangelization, everything. So I would pray that we have peace until Jesus Christ comes back, or until we go one by one, but at least we have that, I would say, fullness of peace. And then, happiness. Because happiness and fulfillment comes when you have the basic. I talked about poverty. I talked about families that are breaking. You can talk about many things. So peace and happiness is what I would ask God to bless us with, and that would be my prayer.
Wow. Thank you. That was according to Rukesha Valence. Should I add Anton? Anton.
To my name?
Yeah.
Yes?
No. All right.
Why? Because the cardinal.
You deserve
it. The Anton of Padua.
Yeah, thank you. Actually, this is the good insight from Valence. I think you had a lot, you learned a lot, and you got inspired. I liked where he said in the next 25 or 50 years to come, I want to see a society where love and care is flourishing, and where church is changing the society and is contributing to the peace. But he gave us a homework. 8 hours to sleep, 8 hours to work, 8 hours for God. This is an example he shared with us, referring to the way the some clergy members live their life. So according to, this was according to Valence, according to you, what would you like to see in the next 25 or 50 years to come after celebrating this 125 years? So that is up to you. You may keep thinking about it and decide what you have to do. With this, we come to the end of our conversation, and allow me on your behalf to thank Valence Rukesha. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for hosting me.
May God bless you.
Bless you too.
Yeah. So thanks so much for taking time to be with us in tonight's conversation. I would like also to thank Lillian, who was part of the technical part of this conversation, and Theo. They tried their best to make sure that you receive image, sounds of good quality. So without further ado, thanks so much. Stay blessed. See you next time.